Morning, Keith. All right, guys. So we'll go ahead and get started. Sorry for the delay today. So we're just going to go ahead and start off with the risk disclosure again, guys. So again, all the content that's being published by the market trader and its affiliates is to be treated as general information only. Okay. None of the information provided here is a solicitation to offer to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. We all understand that future trading does contain a fair amount of risk. It's not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more their investment capital, and only risk capital money that we can potentially lose without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle should be used when we trade. Okay. And then again, nothing contained herein is a solicitation to offer to buy, sell, recommend to buy, sell futures, options, or forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. So now that we've got this disclosure out of the way, we'll go ahead and get started here. We'll move on to our news, okay, and take a look and see what news could impact us today, or could markets in general, right? So we have the employment numbers coming in. ADP has already been reported. Initial jobless claims has initially been reported. Initial jobless claims has come in positive. Continued jobless claims came in negative. So we have wholesale inventories coming in at 10 a.m. Eastern. We have EIA for those crude oil traders coming in today at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Let's see, we have 1 o'clock. We have the 30-year bond yield, and then we have FOMC mini minutes. That could shake up the equities, including gold. And then ultimately, for this session, we have the U.S. Consumer Credit Report. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what we're looking at. It appears that tomorrow will be a holiday, I believe, in the markets on account of Jimmy Carter's passing. So yeah, so that's something to, I guess, plan for here. So let's go ahead and move on and let take a look at the markets here in anticipation of the open of the session here in about 50 minutes or so. So let's locate my charting platform, and we'll go ahead and get started here. Okay. So we're going to start with the gold market like we normally start with. Okay. And it's see if I can actually get the correct spelling here. Okay. All right. So we have the initial balance getting established here. But before we go there, guys, we're going to go ahead and turn off some of these indicators here. Okay. We're going to take a look at a high level, kind of what we're seeing here. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to the daily chart and kind of do a little bit of a higher time frame, multi time frame analysis of the market. Okay. So here we are. Again, we seem to be developing a rather significant triangle pattern, okay, consolidation pattern in the gold market. Okay, you can see here that this is quite an impressive consolidation pattern that we're developing. Okay, so I would say that there's obviously from a daily perspective, I would say that they would have quite a bit of room to the upside in this market. Okay, kind of to continue this series of overlapping candles that we're seeing on the market. Okay, so I don't see any reason why we don't come and retest this level, and ultimately we're going to break out of this level. Now, the direction that we're going to move, I can't anticipate. I don't know. I do know that we are, we're looking at a move that potentially is of this kind of magnitude in either direction. Okay, to the upside or to the downside. That I do know. What I don't know is what direction this is going to go. Okay, could be to the upside. All right, which will be making a significant move. It will take us close to this 3,000 level. Okay. All right. If not 3,000. All right. Or it takes us back down to, let's say, 2,400. Okay. So we're talking relatively big move coming in the gold market. All right. For our chart. For our chart again, more recently, we appear to be beginning to develop higher highs and higher lows. Okay, we've broken some structure here at 2655. Looks like we're challenging 2680, which I think I've kind of alerted us of that before. I think we got up to that level, did not quite have the resources to kind of break through. Got a minor pullback, and now we're back at trying to get above that 2680 level again on the 4-hour chart. Okay, right around here. Okay. All right, moving on to the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart here. We're kind of looking at this. We're going to expand this here. This is where I start to draw some things, add some things to this chart. One of the things that I'm going to add is our ADR levels, okay, average daily range, and you can see that we have still a fair amount of distance to get to that exhaustion level on the daily level, okay. So average daily range high coming in at 2679.6. We got our average session range is coming in at that same level, okay. So we have a solid target heading into the New York session. Okay. So price is above our 233-day EMA. It's above our VWAP. It's, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and add our anchor VWAP to this here to start this pivot. Okay. So this is going to be, I'm going to start this here. And basically, all the indicators so far right now on the 30-minute chart indicate that there are some opportunity to the upside here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and open up our initial balance. Okay. So that's our initial balance range that's forming, still not 100% complete. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile here and get a sense for where price is in relation to yesterday. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and select the start of yesterday's session to the close of yesterday's session. And you can see that we are kind of teetering on the high value area high. Okay. Still inside the range from Tuesday, but teetering on the highs. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this level here as a level of importance. Okay. That's our value area high. Okay. That is created by yesterday's session. Okay. So if we manage obviously to get above value, okay, that would give us further confirmation that the bulls are very much in control of this market and that we are looking to head higher. Okay. If we continue to stall, and it doesn't look like we're going to stall, but if we stall around this area, well, then we can look for kind of rangy kind of price action, right? Where price will rotate back maybe to the lows of the range. Okay. So this is a relatively important level, this 2671 from a value area perspective. Okay. So be interesting, okay, to see how this initial balance range plays out, whether it closes the way it is now, the highs and the lows. Okay. So what I'm going to be looking for to see is if I can get a break. All right. If I can get a break of this value area zone. Okay. And then at that point, that if I can get a 15-minute candle to close above, that would be enough evidence for me to entertain maybe a little bit of a pullback move back down to this 2672 level for an opportunity to take it to this level. Okay. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I have all indications right now indicate that prices are looking to head higher in this market. All right. I'm going to go ahead and add the levels, price levels that I'm tracking for this market here over to the right. There they are. Okay. We're not, so you have them. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and remove this candle because I don't want to get an early indication that the price is indeed broken this level. Okay. But it does indeed look like that price wants to continue to the upside. Okay. In this market. All right. The question that we need to do is, or what we need to figure out is, how do we participate? Okay. Where we can reasonably manage our risk. Okay. So, like I said, this level down here would be an excellent level. Okay, to look for value area high. Okay, assuming that we do close above it, could serve as that area as well. Okay, so we have 2668.6 as a reasonable level. We have 2672 as another level that could serve as an opportunity. So I'm going to kind of mark these areas and arrows here, kind of indicating where I think price can go. Now, once we get up to these levels, then I would say that we have a reasonable chance of, price kind of stalling here a bit, maybe retracing some. Okay, so that's kind of my view of the gold market. I'm going to take a peek here to see if there's any questions about this kind of sentiment that I have going into today's session. Okay. All right. Is there anything else that I should be calling out here? No, that seems to be everything that I wanted to say. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the crude oil market. Okay, crude oil market. All right, so crude oil market, we have looking at, we'll turn off again our levels. Okay, we'll turn off this here for a moment. We'll turn off this here for a moment, and our ADR levels. And we're going to take a look at it from a daily perspective. And we want to ask ourselves a question: what is the market trying to accomplish? Well, the market is trying to accomplish higher prices. There's no doubt about that. Okay. Right. We're trying to get to higher prices. We managed to close above our 233-day EMA, okay, which is positive or bullish on the market. Now we're developing kind of a reverse hammer candle here near some areas, maybe that we could potentially expect to see it. Right, we're kind of coming into an area here that could serve as an area of resistance or supply. Okay. Here around 76. Okay, so it's not unrealistic to begin to see that maybe we have some sellers up in this area. Okay, all right. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart is again developing these kind of selling wicks. Okay, indicating that we do have sellers present in this market. Okay, price is below our daily VWAP. Okay, we had a close below here. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4 closes now below our daily VWAP. Price still remains above our EMA 233-day EMA level. Okay, so kind of a little bit of a mixed message here as to exactly what the direction. But if we're just looking at price, you can see that price is indeed making higher highs and higher lows. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart, we're starting to create a little bit of a, I would say, supply zone area of resistance here around 75. Okay, very clear to me that this area has kind of broken an area of structure, price structure, has gotten price below a reference level. In this case, is our VWAP, and we rallied back to VWAP to kind of, I guess, test the conviction. And indeed, the conviction is that it looks like folks want to drive price lower in this market. Okay, just based on what I'm seeing here from a price action point of view. Okay, so as long as as long as price remains below our VWAP, then I'm kind of that opinion. Looks like the market is beginning to look a little bit bearish for the day. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open up our anchor VWAP here. We're going to go ahead and start with London here, and you can see that our anchor VWAP for London also appears to be below. Okay, now with that said, we are coming into an area that we could see maybe some support right around here, around 74-ish, low 74s. So it does seem like there is maybe some support there as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile I'm going to locate the start of the session yesterday to the close of the session yesterday. And you can see here that price is hovering around the area of value. Okay. Has not accepted value lower. Okay. So this could be, again, another area for maybe some support in this market. Okay. Right about here. That seems to be an area of support, 74.34. We've gotten price to come down to this level, rejected away. Price has come back to test that same level, rejected so far. Okay. So if we do manage to close back inside value, well, then I would say that we rotate all the way down to 74. It does not seem out of the question here. So right now, unlike the gold market, the crude oil market appears to be a bit more bearish. Okay, so let's go ahead and initial balance is not yet open. Market has not opened yet for crude oil. That's 3 minutes away here. So let's go ahead and add our price levels to this market here. Okay, so I'll move these over to the right here. Okay, so these are our price levels that we're watching for this market. Okay, all right. So here, so we have let's see, we have our value area high coming in at 74.31, which is within tolerance. And then we have our value area low at 74.04. Okay, 73.99. That's within tolerances as well. So again, right now it appears to me, I guess, is that, looks like the market does indeed want to head lower. I think an important level, I guess, we'll see if we can ultimately break this 74.34 level. Okay, if we can kind of encroach inside that level, and then maybe that level becomes an area where we can kind of lean on a little bit to support a execution to the downside. Okay, that's kind of what I'd like to see. I'd like to see a definitive close below this level if I'm bearish. Okay, and then I can use the value area high here to kind of support and serve as a reference for a continued move to the downside. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing. Now, if we do manage to get above, let's say 74.80, okay, then I would say that we're starting to make a case here for maybe a change in character of what I'm seeing right now. Okay. Now, given the fact that we have EIA today, we probably want to maybe sit on the sidelines until that report comes out. Okay. At which point, maybe we wait for 15 minutes or up to 30 minutes to decide exactly what what direction does the market want to take the crude oil, and at that point, kind of move the market in a more of a potentially bullish or bearish. Okay, we'll just let the market participants decide. But in order for me to start to think bullish, we probably need to break above this VWAP area. Okay, I do need to see price get above this level here in order to consider Buenos Dias driven. Okay, in order to really embrace longs here, I do need to see price get above this level to consider it. Okay. Otherwise, we're just going to be kind of bouncing around here between the lows and the highs of the market. 75 on the top side, 74 on the bottom side. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I have to say for the crude oil. I'm going to kind of pause here for a minute. So again, guys, we do have EIA today. So I would say that it's probably in our best interest to kind of sit on the sidelines until that report does indeed come out. And then at that point, we can decide which direction we want to participate in the market. Right now, it would be, I don't know, probably not in our best interest. And if we do decide to participate, it may not move as in a swift way as we would expect, because the market participants are kind of maybe on the sidelines waiting for the news to come out. Okay, so that's kind of what I have for crude oil. We're going to go ahead and start moving into the equities. Okay, so we'll start off with the Nasdaq. Okay, We're going to go ahead and remove our drawings. We'll make this a very clean kind of look here. And we'll go ahead and start off with the daily chart, okay, and just trying to get a feel for what the market is trying to tell us here, okay. And we have been in, quite a bit of overlapping kind of price action, but kind of more on the bearish side, right? So if I draw a little bit of a kind of a line here, trend line, right? If I look at this, this is looking more to the downside, okay. Right, price is kind of making each making new lows here, okay. So it looks like it's kind of grinding down to the downside, okay. Every attempt that we made tried to make a new high, that's been met with sellers, okay. So right now I would say that the market is starting to look a bit bearish to me, okay. So let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart is developing a bearish candle here right around this 233-day EMA. Okay, very important for me. Okay, in order to remain bullish in this market, it does need to hold above this 233-day EMA for me. Okay, if we do end up getting a close below this, then I would say that it starts to open up the door for further bearish price action to the downside. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 impulse. Are we talking on the daily chart or are we talking this current chart? Driven, are we talking daily? Are you making that kind of claim on the Elliott wave? Yeah, this definitely looks like a corrective pattern. Okay. This looks like a corrective pattern here. This could be if it is a correction pattern, and I'm assuming that you think this is your wave 3, okay, then this does look a little bit corrected, and then maybe we do get maybe a move for wave 5 here. So you have more of a bullish count driven. Is that what you're suggesting? Is that kind of what you're looking to see? Just counting impulses from 22.5. Okay. Oh, counting down. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. The only thing that I don't like, okay, is that if this is your wave 1, this is your wave 2. We don't generally like to see our correction to go inside this wave. So this doesn't look as impulsive. This looks a little bit more corrective, but nonetheless, I think the case is still that, we're thinking that price is going to continue lower here. Okay. All right. 4-hour chart. Okay. So 4-hour chart, here we are. We're right above this 233-day level here. Like I said, in order to really continue to embrace the longs, this price needs to remain above it. It's I think having a hard time staying above it. A lot of pressure here to the downside in this market here. Okay. So let's move on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. Okay, so we are hovering around our VWAP. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add our ADR levels here. So we got ADR and ASR. Okay, so we're not at either extreme. We did get a little bit of a bounce off of this ASR level. Okay, back up to VWAP. Okay, now, but if I'm really going to embrace a long trade, I would say that I need to get above 21,450. Okay, but it looks to me, at least for now, it seems to be developing a little bit of a supply zone here. Okay, now the question is, the idea that I have right now is that it's probably going to make a move along these lines. Okay, it's going to, that area is going to get respected here. Let's do away with this. Okay, this is kind of what I'm looking at right now. Okay, is that is going to continue like this. Okay, that's kind of my current view, right? So, okay, so let's remove some of this. So we have, let's go ahead and add our fixed range volume profile here. Okay, fixed range volume profile. We'll go ahead and look at the start of Tuesday. Okay, over to the close of Tuesday. Okay, and here we are below value. Okay, so again, another case for the bears. Okay, as long as price remains below value, okay, then I would say that we have a reasonable chance to head lower. Okay, if price manages to close inside value and break above, let's say 21,450, then I can make a case here that we're going to revisit the highs. Okay, I'm just going to put a line here at 21,450. Okay, so that's an area of resistance for me. Okay, so as long as price remains below value, I think we are, looking to head lower. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add my anchored VWAP here. So my anchored VWAP is coming in around here. I'm just going to draw it right about there. Okay, so price is between our daily and our anchored VWAP here. So I'd like to see price get below this anchored VWAP and then close, and then maybe that will give me the momentum that I need to continue to the downside. Okay, but I do see some more downside in the Nasdaq. Okay, and possibly in the equities in general here. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our levels to this chart. Okay, so these are our levels that I'm going to be tracking in this chart. Okay, so here we are up and on the right. So we have our value area high, which I've already drawn, or actually value area low, which I've already drawn. Okay, so that's 21,393, actually 387. The value area low is 399.50. Yeah, this looks more like 385. 385. Okay. All right. 385.50. So as long as price can remain below this level, I would say that we have a fair chance of price continuing to the downside. Okay. I would say that any rally should be, I would expect to be met with some sellers. So you think that maybe price goes back and takes yeah. So this doesn't seem unreasonable to me, right? This is the London. This is London here, right? So we could go back up to this level here and then reverse, right? Yeah, I think that's reasonable, right? So this area that I have here drawn in as my supply area, I think is a reasonable area to short. Okay. So yeah, 21,500 seems to be a reasonable level to look for. If we don't head lower from our current level, then I would say the next reasonable level here is that 21,500. I do agree with that, Driven Latino. Okay. All right. Let's see. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say here for the NASDAQ. Okay. So we have a couple of levels that we're going to be tracking here. And we'll see how the market opens. All right. We'll let the market participants kind of shake out the levels here a little bit, and then we can decide. But I do like the 21,500 level here, or 450, 500, around that range. That would be, I think, a reasonable area to entertain maybe an opportunity to the downside. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the ES. Okay. So ES, again, we're going to take a look at the daily here to start. I expect that we're probably going to get a similar kind of viewpoint here on the ES that we got on the NASDAQ. Okay. So looking at this on the daily perspective, just to kind of get a sense here of what the market is trying to do here. So again, we're starting to see a series of lower lows and lower highs. Okay. A lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high. So again, in order to kind of continue with this pattern, we're looking kind of for another lower low, right? Okay. So again, I would say that this, 60,000, 6,050 level is relatively important if we are going to continue to maintain this structure to the downside. Okay. If we start to break above 6,050, 6,100, then maybe this, would be an indication for the market to kind of turn. Okay. But as long as we're kind of in this kind of lower low, lower high kind of structure, well, right now what we need is a lower low. Okay, the lower low is 5,900. Okay, 5,900 is our lower low. Okay, so that's my lower low. That's an area of support. Okay, so I'd like to see price break below this level. Okay, and then I can use 5,900 as an area for me to entertain a trade to the downside. Okay, that's kind of what I'm seeing on the daily, right? Okay, something along those lines. Okay. We're seeing resistance on the 21-day EMA. Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So we have the daily look here. The last time it reached that was on July 24. Okay. Let's go ahead and add the 21 SMA here real quick. To see what Driven Latino is telling me. Simple moving average. Okay, and where did it edit? Oh, there it did. It added it there. Where is the simple moving averages? We're going to change that to 21. Just to kind of take a peek here at what Driven Latino is telling us here. So we'll change the color here so I don't get confused to, let's call it, let's make it a dark orange. Okay. All right. So yeah, so there's that dark orange level. Can I hide the other stuff? Okay. We'll make this a little bit more visible. Okay. All right. There's as clean as I can make it for now. All right. So we have price that has reached the 21 SMA, but we've been kind of overlapping through it and beyond it, right? So we've gotten below it, got above it, below it. Now we're holding below it. Okay. So again, really not changing really our opinion here, right? We still, I guess the feeling remains that we are looking to head lower in this market, right? The last time that happened was in 724. Okay, well I do see it below before that, but okay, fair enough. All right, so daily is looking a little bit bearish. Okay, 4 hour equally is bearish, right? We have a break below our our SMA line here. We are also below our 233-day. Okay, also below. Okay, so again, we're starting to see some bearish price action, right? Lower lows and lower highs. Okay. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart here. Again, we see that big drop. Okay. that happened, I guess, in the overnight. It rallied back to this level. I assume that this 21 SMA might be the same as VWAP. Let's take a look. VWAP. Where's VWAP? There it is. Okay, not far from VWAP here. Okay, so we have our value weighted average price level. Okay, and we're below our 21-day SMA. Okay. Again, if we do manage to close below it, I think that gives us evidence for further price action to the downside. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to add our fixed range volume profile to this chart, because I like to understand where we are with respect to value from yesterday. And I suspect that we're going to get the same kind of reading that we got from the NASDAQ. Okay. And you can see here that we are below value, right? So the fact that we are below value is meaning that we're getting a little bit of acceptance. Okay. Is acceptance. So we have a confluence of information here, right? We're developing a bearish engulfing candle against the value area low, okay, which is kind of, again, giving us evidence that there's maybe an opportunity for price to continue lower in this market, okay? Let's see. Initial balance, we are 13 minutes away from that market. So I'm going to go ahead and add my price levels to this chart here, just for reference. Okay. So here we are. These are our price reference levels, okay, that I'm tracking in this market here. Okay. So yeah. So again, I think we have a case here on a multi-time frame analysis here for some further price action to the downside here in this in the equities, both on the ES and the NASDAQ. Okay. So we're going to take a look at one last market here before I go into my, let's see. So we'll go ahead and remove our drawings here. Okay. Kind of take a look at what the Dow, okay. We're just going to look at the Dow here, the last equity market to look at here. So we have our 21-day SMA. We have our VWAP. Okay. I suspect if I draw in my fixed range volume profile, okay, we're going to go ahead and do that and draw that across to the close. Okay, so here we are right below value area low. Okay, so this is our value area low area. Okay, value area low. All right. So again, as long as price remains below this level, okay, my feeling is that we can continue. Now, if I'm a bear, okay, I would not want to see price exceed this level. Okay, would not want to see price exceed that level. Okay. Yeah, we have not rejected the 233-day. Okay. But we are rejecting the 21. We are rejecting the value area low. Okay. I would say that my line in the sand for the bears, okay, is that price needs to remain below this 42,935 area. Okay. So this area right here would be an area that I would be an interesting area for bearish trades. Okay, right around this area here. Okay, it's quite possible that we could come up to this level, as high as that level, and from that level reverse. Okay, that's certainly possible. Okay. All right. So YM is certainly not much different than what we're seeing on the NASDAQ and the ES. Is pretty much behaving the way I would expect it. Okay. Price is hovering below value. It's hovering around our VWAP. I'm going to go ahead and draw a VWAP, a fixed range anchored VWAP on this level right here. I see a very definitive drop here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. So I would like to see price eventually get below this anchored VWAP. That would give me even more confidence that we're headed to the downside. Okay. So I'm going to pause here to see if anyone has any sort of questions. Okay. On any of the markets, and maybe if there's another market, maybe we could take a look as I prepare for the next segment here, and that is to kind of promote the portal here for a few minutes. So if you have any questions on the YM or the gold or crude oil or what we've talked about in general on the other equity markets, I'm happy to entertain those questions now. So we do have a little bit of time here. I'm going to use that as an opportunity to talk a little bit about the portal membership. Okay. So yeah, bear with me, guys. I'm just bringing up some information about membership, okay, to the portal. So we want to talk through that until the close here of the session, and then I will wish you guys a successful trading session here. So let's see here. There we go. Go ahead and paste that here. All right. And then I'm going to redirect the screen here. All right, redirect the screen here to our membership. Okay. Let's see if we recover here. That looks like it got crushed out. Maybe. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Okay. All right. All right. Looks like YouTube kind of crashed out on me here a little bit. Okay. So let's see if I can recover this. If not, then we might need to. Okay, well, looks like guys, I'm running into a little bit of trouble here. So again, this analysis that I'm doing here is indeed behind a membership portal that I've created for this on YouTube. Okay, so we have three main levels here. We have a market trader starter level, which is would give you access to recorded material. Okay, both on the education side and mainly on the education side, I would say. And then we have a Market Trader Plus, okay, which is our mid-level, which would give you access to this analysis that I'm doing here right now, okay. And then ultimately we have the Market Trader Pro, which basically would allow you to participate in live trading sessions with me, okay. As I dissect the markets, you would be able to look over my shoulder and understand, how I got into the trade, why I got into the trade, and some of the reasonings behind that. So we have three main levels: Market Trader Starter, Market Trader Plus, Market Trader Pro. Okay, three main levels, And we're just kind of on this kind of week here, we're trying to promote the portal here some to kind of drive more memberships to the portal here to allow me to continue to invest, obviously, into the portal and continue to provide you the content that you guys all are seek. Okay. So I think, guys, with that here, apologize I wasn't able to share with you the actual information here, but I will make the link available in chat. So if you wanted to take a peek, there's the link to join the membership. All right, so you can take a look at that. I'm happy to entertain any questions here. If you have them, you can reach me at let's see. Try to make sure I capture this correctly before I share it. Yeah. So if you need to reach me, you can reach me at ray@market wildebeest .online. Okay. So if you have any questions on the memberships, that's how you can reach me. Okay. All right. So I do apologize, guys. I did want to share the membership a little bit with you live. I do have the link there. Do have a way for you to contact me if you wish to contact me offline. So we'll go ahead and close off the session here, guys, with wishing you guys well on the day session ahead. So trade safe, trade well, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys, have a good day in your trading, and look forward to our next session here. All right, until then, talk to you soon.